And welcome back to episode 8 of the Level All Let's Play series. We're logging in, getting our white skill books for day 6. And get all these day 6 rewards. Alright. That's my favorite word. While editing these videos, I realized I say alright a lot. Don't know what I can do about that. Let's get the base squared away before we do anything.
Products received. Resources received.
Got some good clues, looks like. Thank you, friends. And some clues to give away as well. That was easy. And let's do our friend visits. That's it for the clue visits. We do have some drones that we can use to get some more of the base upgraded, and we will be saving those drones for the end of the episode to do just that.
Doctor.
And let's knock out these recruits. Looks like we got our spot.
どうも。行動予備隊 A6 のスポットだ。俺の仕事はいつも無茶するメンバーたちを守ってやることだと思う。
Welcome aboard, Spot. You're going to be very useful. And looks like we're getting another Popo card too.
行動予備隊 A6 のポッカルです。
Put that to good use, and let's see what our tags are going to be. Nothing particularly interesting with these tags. Let's refresh. Nothing again. Nothing again. And nothing there. Could go for a midnight, so let's do. And we just got some of these expedited plans. Let's use those. Welcome Midnight. That'll be very useful to have the ranged guard. And let's check these tags now that they've been refreshed by the pull. Nothing impressive, so let's just do a 1 hour to refresh these. Get some good 1 and 2 star dupes. And 3 stars if we're lucky.
先方オペレーターの野党だ。あなた
Just checking the tags. As far as what I'm looking for with the tags, it's mainly looking for units I don't yet have, or easy 4 and 5 stars that we can get. This is another melee healing, so let's take a spot dupe. Let's target it. And then if we miss and get a gummy, that's fine.
どうも。行動呼び台 A6 のスポットだ。
Good spot. Now we do have a sniper AoE here. That's going to be very useful. That'll pretty much guarantee us a catapult unless we drop a tag. And we dropped a tag. Let's see what we end up with. Lava dupes are very helpful since she's so expensive to deploy. So I'm not too unhappy with that. Would have been nice to have the catapult though. And again, Spot loves us, so we'll just get all the dupes we can. And we got a medal, so I can guess that this is going to be Gummy. Welcome, Gummy. She will be very useful. And here we have a guaranteed Jessica with ranged survival, so we will do that. Jessica dupes will also be very helpful. And that's going to be a Jessica dupe. The fact that she has a survival tag is kind of laughable to me. If she has a survival tag, then so should Firewatch, since they both have an invisibility skill. And maybe Firewatch does, I just remember Firewatch being a nuker. This is interesting. Caster DPS, I had been overlooking it, but it just occurred to me while I was looking at a ship, I do not have a steward yet, so let's get our steward. He would be quite helpful. Welcome, steward. Yeah, his talent that allows him to aim for the enemy with the heaviest defense would be very useful. I think that might get us through the stages we've been struggling with, actually, our brick stages. So, don't know why I didn't go for him sooner, but we did now. And now we're to the nothing tags. Nothing too impressive there either, so let's just do the 1 hour roll on each of these, and we'll leave that to cook. And we've got our new units and our potentials. So let's apply those now. Also, while I'm here, let's get Gummy up to level 8 it was? Yes it is. Let's get Gummy up to level 8. There we go. And lots of new faces. Let's get those all to level 8. Alright, that is everybody level 8. Looks like it. And we got some new healing defenders and casters and ranged guards. Oh my. We are looking good. As for what we're going to do with our friend credits, Gaviel having more potentials is always good, but these bricks are the priority at the moment. Buying the LMD and the skill summary seems like a waste to me at the moment, so let's get the Gaviel. And then let's go for the materials. And when we have some left over, we'll go for the blue dollar. Okay. And still not exactly sure what we're going to buy here, though it would be wise to get a Breeze and probably an Ethan for the, obviously for the bind, but also for his mixed arts damage. Could be really useful on the current stages we're having trouble with. Though I don't really see us taking the time to go and farm that this episode. It will probably happen soon. Now for this episode, we were going to tackle the story with our level 8 units and see just how far we can get. So first things first, we have a lot of new units that we can employ. So how do we want to do this? This squad, I will make the art squad. And for this squad, we can... The double AoE has been helping. And going to need medics and at least one sniper. There's the need for tanks. We can try Gummy out for that role. Midnight Skill allows him to switch his damage to arts. That'll be very useful with this squad. And good vanguards for DP generation are going to be very important. And that will give us one defender, one healing defender, as well as healing the double AoE might be a bit much, and we've been using Orchid a lot. Let's try using a main tank like Matterhorn just to give us a little bit more defensibility. Gummy is a tank, but not as defensible as main tanks. And I think this is what we will use here. Looks good to me. And it would be a good idea to start off with
私たち
vanguards.
にお任せください。
治療の用意を。
ここを死守します。
But we don't have time to redeploy them. I maybe should start with the boxes.
くそ。よく怪我人が出てる。
Well, that's
これで私が諦める
unfortunate.
と思うなよ。
I see an easy fix for that. So let's do the easy fix first. That would be Fang here,
各位
and our
戦
chopper
闘の準備
here.
をお願いします
Now we can let them flex to each other. And here come the red units already, starting early. So the best place to take them will be at this turn here, I think. Yeah, let's try that. Let's take them at this turn.
なんでしょうか。
And use AoE from the start.
来いよ。貫く。
OK
治療してほしいやつは前に出ろ。
Having some major issues with healing at the moment, so let's just
ここは
do all we can to keep it up. And that's going to be enough for a medical defender here. Actually would have been better now that I'm looking at it. Gummy here and Matterhorn one step ahead of her would have been a better arrangement for this. But as is, we can still make an attempt.
しっかりしろ。
Gummy should still be able to heal Matterhorn from back here. So maybe this isn't bad.
お剣よ覚悟が足りん
今助けてやる。
みんなお腹すいた。
Yep, Gummy's still able to heal.
ドクター
So things appear to be working out for the moment. However, the damage is a bit too much, it would seem,
今助けてやる。
with everyone wailing on Matterhorn together. Just a little too much damage to deal with.
わかった。私たちにお任せください。しっかりしろ。
And unfortunately, that is a failure. Okay. Gummy was healing, so that wasn't the issue. The issue was we didn't have enough
ドクターは大丈夫なの？
positions for our damage, and due to the nature of them being underleveled, we need more overlapping fire, so we'll have to do our hold on the left side rather than the right. This is how I originally cleared it, so on my main account, so I'm pretty good idea what to do with this. So let's do that. Just thought I would attempt how most people clear it.
行動開始します。
This is probably more interesting, however. Let's do it
私た
this
ちにお任
way.
せください。
準備は整っています。
So a block here to cut off both of those with one block. And a chopper would be good to get in early,
ここを死守します。
regardless. And a retreater, since we can do that pretty much for free.
到着。
貫く。
And then Gummy.
位置についたよ。フムの特製料理だよ。
And now we can put in a healer.
治療の準備だ。
I missed a block.
フムの特製料理だよ。
That's unfortunate. I was so busy with the ordering of the left, I just completely forgot the
倒れ
block.
るわけにはいきません。
I feel like I dragged it. I just didn't place it for whatever reason. Okay, now we should have an idea of how this will go.
全員俺が守ってみせる。
皆さん警戒してください。
Wait for Fang to do the block, and then come
承
in.
知しております。 治療の準備だ。
And don't forget to do the block this time.
貫く。
Get all the DP out of this dog,
かしこまりました。
and then start putting in our
到着。
damage and defenders.
おいしいもの。
しっかりしろ。 そうだ。
フムの特製料理だよ。
And that damage, these red units pile up quickly. Very quickly. That's impressive.
くそ。
It's an impressive amount of damage that they are able to.
これで私
Deliver.
が諦めると思うなよ。
My instinct is to try to use more AoE. I suppose Poppycar would have been a better choice. However, the amount of damage coming in, Poppycar would not
全員俺が守って
deal
み
with
せる。
that very well. Actually, I just thought of a position for her that would work, I believe.
終わったことは忘れて。次こそは笑顔で締めくくろう。
So I'm going to attempt a little different setup. So let's drop lava in favor of Orchid.
与えられた任務は全うするわ。
And use Orchid and Steward on the bottom lane, with Matterhorn tanking it, and then use the Popucar on the top lane, with Gummy tanking that. So let's try this.
ポプカルって呼んでください。よろしくお願いします。私が留守の間はくれぐれも身の安全にお気をつけください。
ここを死守します。 貫く。 かしこまりました。
Okay, so this is where Orchid will go in to slow the bottom lane,
オーキッド、配置についたわ。
and Popucar will go in to watch the top, with Gummy here,
ママがみんなを守る。
しっかりしろ。
元気だ。
and Popucar
ポップから
watching that side,
戦いを止めたい。
and Midnight coming in for additional damage.
おいしいもの。
There's so much damage!
しっかりしろ。
Those red units are... they're a lot to deal with. The amount of time that it gives us before the enemy shows up makes me think that multiple
私は大丈夫。
charging vanguards rather than the on-kill style vanguards would be a better idea. Plume is acting as free DP at the moment. She's just giving us 3 DP from nowhere. But the amount that she gives us isn't proportional to the amount that we would get from bringing someone else in that slot. In this instance, I believe.
では戦場の偵察はお任せください。
And Orchid, I think, would save us a lot of trouble on the bottom, but maybe is too expensive to use. I am not sure. Let's bring 3 charge
たか
vanguards
が入隊で何か言わなきゃダメなのか。
and just see what kind of DP we can generate. It's a large enough window, I think this should do pretty well. So let's try it.
各自敵部隊捕捉。作戦準備。
Little bit of a misplay there. I played Courier a little too early. Needed to wait for Fang to tank the first dog in order to make that work.
油断の代償
Simple
が
mistakes that
裁か
doom the run. Need to be more mindful of that. This does feel like a substantial increase in difficulty from what we did last time.
よし、お前ら落ち着いていけよ。ゴミ掃除の時間だ。
So we allow Fang to block the first dog to save Courier's health. And this way we can afford to get the healer in unless they heal Fang. And then we are really in trouble. Can Scavenger even deal with a dog? Not with 2 dogs, that's for sure. Wow. Plume is looking better all the time.
勝敗は陛下の常と言いま
That
すし
just seems
どうか気を落とさずに
like a lot
幾多の戦いの経験
more than I'd wanted
私に教えてくれているのです
to get out of that.
勝利はこの先で待っていると
Maybe that's not going to work at all. So let's go back to Plume to enable our early game and hope that just having the 1 extra Vanguard and Scavenger is enough.
全員俺が守ってみせる。
各位戦闘の準備をお願いします
承知しております。
Gavial goes in, and the chopping is going well. We can put in Orchid, along with Steward, to deal with the bottom lane. Can they be kept up? They cannot. So it will be Gummy here, with Poppycar at the side in front of Gummy. The issue is we can't. Poppycar can't deal with the shield, so we will have to put in more arts. More arts will mean more healer is needed. Fang is attacking a wall, that's different. Obviously we have failed. I just want to see... There's just no space for anything, is there? And the snipers start coming from the top, okay. I think the best bet is to split the lanes with one up here dealing with the top, and a separate lane here at the bottom that's relying on slows in order to kill the shield and dogs, with a backstop here. So you've got the curly Q lane, and then you've got a shorter lane here, which will need the support of this healer here, as well as damage in this area to deal with it. But I think it can work. Getting to that setup fast enough with the healers down and with the medics down and the... No, medics are healers. With the defenders down and the necessary damage to keep those defenders from going down. That's a confusing statement. Let me try... Got to 2 defenders. I don't need a defender for the curly Q lane. I could get away with a Vanguard for the curly Q, I think. The AoE at the top is going to be crucial. Poppycar and 12F together should handle it. And then an additional healer would probably be good enough. Hibiscus could heal upwards here, but then these 2 healers would mean there'd be not enough to deal with the shields. So these will both have to be dealing with shield. I feel like I have the necessary pieces, and it's just going to come down to timing it with the DP and getting that DP fast enough. But I think our opening strategy is effective. We don't lose DP with Plume, we get all of it back. And we need this block before we miss it. So let's do Gummy at the top
位置についたよ。
and keep Plume here for these dogs. And then we can begin to put in
アーツの治療範囲に入る。
Popcar to deal with the top.
カル、この戦いを止めたい。元気出して。
Hibiscus here to help with the healing of both lanes.
なんでしょうか。
テラーノの栄光を背負って戦います。かしこまりました。
Matterhorn here just to finish off this last guy.
食べよう。
And then I need to get the slow in. And I need to get
配
the
置についたわ。
damage from Steward in.
しっかりしろ。
おいしいもの食べよう。
That is not even close to enough to deal with the shield, so let's put Amaya in facing down at the top
みんなお腹すいた。
to deal with the shields. The healing is sufficient to keep Matterhorn full health, well, as long as it's just one shield beating on him. And this is looking like it might work.
おいしいもの。
Let's find out. And let's
アーツの治療
start
範囲に入る。
いい子にして。
boosting up Gummy and Popcar to get as much damage on the logger as we can, as fast as we can.
どうぞ。もう仕事を増やさないでちょうだい。
あなたの考えはお見通しですよ。
Looks like Amaya can hit the logger here, so the logger's gonna go down soon. And just in time. And we can save Matterhorn's skill. Okay, I think we can let it ride.
今助けてやる。
It looks good. Gummy's defense, she only blocks 2. That's not good. We need to stop these loggers from getting to the bottom here. Once the logger is down here, we might just be done.
俺が先信念を貫くためならば
That's probably too much to recover from.
チャンスだ。
Yeah, they're getting through on the second wave. We had a good thing going there. It might be good to make a swap to a standard defender in place of Gummy. Maybe just switching Matterhorn and Gummy would be enough. And then instead of a Maya
怪我人が
12F,
これで私が諦めると思うなよ。
not exactly sure. But I think that's a good start, just to switch Matterhorn and Gummy with pretty much the same units. We never did deploy Fang, so we can pick Fang up and look for someone who we can swap in for the death grip at the end. Probably just a spare defender is what we can fit. Gravel would be good as a stall, but she couldn't kill anything. Whereas a spare defender, or maybe a spot, maybe a spare medic defender.
作戦の意味なんて興味ない。黙って
A spare medic defender would be very helpful. But I think we're close.
バレないように。
It seems to be working.
各位戦闘の準備をお願いします
Just need to refine it that little bit.
承知しております。治療の準備だ。ドブでもがいてろ。
And then the 3 block defender goes up top. Gravel can reach him, so it's fine.
しっかりしろ
Do we put the slower in immediately? We need the AoE up top here for sure.
ポッカル
So let's do that first.
止めたい
We can handle the dogs in the bottom for now.
何やってんだ
And a healer here.
ここは安全です
And can we kill this dog? Looks like we can.
お前にかける情けはない
A medical defender would help,
なんでしょうか
but it's probably just better to retreat Plume to give the healing priority to
承知し
Matterhorn.
ました
That should be enough there for the moment. And now we put Orchid in.
手はず通りにしっかりしろ
And now it's looking very good. And with one slot left, we can put in a
何やってんだ
Steward, 268 attack, a Mia 300. Let's go with
わ
Mia.
かりました
お前にかける情けはない
And so now we have basically a filter installed where we don't need a defender here. We could even lose this unit altogether. And we can focus our attention on the top lane.
ポッカル選手怒ってる
しっかりしろ
俺が先
So let's bring in Gummy.
グムがみんなを守る
しっかりし
May
ろ
have been better to use Spot so we could start charging Spot's skill. I just need something in case this line falls so I can put in a defender here and we can have some healing from Gummy and Spot. And then that will be, if Matterhorn falls here, we can just place a defender in front of Gummy and then 12F can reach it and so can Orchid and Amaya, so we still have a fallback point with Spot. So we should be able to handle this second wave, and if not, we do have a fallback plan.
が言えるように手伝いますはい皆さんが私のことを信じて
敵の進行を食い止めるわ
ポップカールいい声して動かないで
この盾いつでも行きます
And putting Spot in,
これでいいだろう
and it looks like we've done it. This should complete that. That logger might be a problem. I'm not sure. Let's try to keep him in 12F's range for as long as possible. Poppycar is
何
done.
やってんだ
And let's put in Amaya fell to the snipers. Let's take care of this sniper and start damage with
分
Steward.
かった
任せる仲間には当たらないはずだ
And we've got our healing defender using his skill, so there's no way he goes down here. And Scavenger can take care of the sniper on her own. And that is
しっかりし
a
ろ
clear.
怖がってを騙してください
Healing defenders made the difference.
Perfect 勝利だみんなお疲れ様 ドクター、異常なしだぜ。
Now it's showing me about the chip stages. Don't worry, Gabe, we won't need those for a long time. I appreciate your concern, Gabe, but we're good. So, reducing the damage taken from an enemy AoE unit training. Let's get this knocked out. And we've got a stage right away. Let's bring some, I think more physical damage is better on these enemies. So let's lose 12F in favor of Steward. That way we have our tank buster if we need it.
何か要望は？
Otherwise, we've got plenty of physical damage with this team. Noircorn providing the tanking. And multiple healers. I think this will work. These casters are more vulnerable to physical, but they usually are accompanied by shielded enemies. So it's good to have a tank buster in the form of Steward.
集中して視線をまっすぐ前に。
Alright, so
あいつら
start by
もう二度と明日の太陽を
generating
見る機
some
会はない
DP. Wait on Plume for the enemies to start attacking Courier, just to give Plume. And looks like we've got a good sniper position here to deal with everything.
手加減はしませんよ。承知しております。
どうかな？
Now it looks like the snipers are coming from the side.
手加減はしませんよ。
So let's start by getting
治療
healer in here to heal Jessica.
しっかりしろ。
何でしょうか。私は一歩も引きません。
しっかりしろ。
Would be useful to
小
私は一歩
have something here to deal with the
今助け
enemy
てやる。
units. Lava to provide the AoE damage.
中です。
Noircorn to tank.
俺30。
And we need our armor buster in here. Looks like Silver Ash was a bit of a hasty deployment. Need to back him up.
アーツの治療範囲に入れ。
Would be good to kill this caster. We've got some extra DP, so let's
よいしょっと。
use it.
絶対許しません。
分かった。
はい、アーツの治療範囲に入れ。
了解。
That was unfortunate.
絶対許しません。
And the enemy casters are coming through. And that's a fill. A heli drop to deal with the guard at the start is going to be essential here.
申し訳ありません。
So we'll trade our defensive lines, move them further to the side. And I don't know that medical defenders have resistance just yet, but they might. Matterhorn does. They do. So Spot has resistance, and presumably so does Gummy. Yes, she does. So what are their stats? So Gummy is pretty much all better all around than Spot, but she is more expensive. Okay. So let's bring Spot.
寮に戻りたいんだが
Lava seems like a really good idea here. Our heli drop will be Plume to deal with the first caster. Let's try it. And now we should be ready for Plume in a moment. Let's get the Medical Defender will be drawing the fire. And that seems to have worked. Now let's heal Spot. And Plume is doing good work to the enemy caster. Enemy caster is down, so we'll retreat. Plume, get all of her refunded. And let's put in AoE in the form of lava. And use Spot to heal lava, as well as some arts. On the side here. The issue will be the enemy casters. But I think Shaw has some resistance. Nope, Shaw has no resistance. That's probably at elite levels that Shaw gains resistance. Lava is getting a lot of unnecessary, unwanted attention. So gonna need to heal her a little bit more than I am. And I think this will ride. Not too difficult. Good blue rocks. Nothing wrong with that. Still level 30 enemies. Looks like a very similar map, so we'll bring a very similar lineup. I see. So in this case, the best course of action will be to play from the right to the left, I believe, like so. And Jessica in pretty much the same place, throw Ednashiel in as well, just to make sure we have the necessary damage. I did not even see them enter the blue box. What is happening here? The blue box is glitched. They're entering it from the middle of the box in front of it. Okay. So that's a blue box there then, for all intents and purposes. Alright then, knowing that, that'll change things a little bit. Going to need to defend that with less snipers and more body blockers. I thought I could out DPS it. Did not work that way. So to start, we'll put Courier up a little further. With a Hibiscus and a Plume going in on the right, very similar to last time. And then we'll back Courier up with a Silver Ash. And we can retreat. And here, it's going to have to be Spot. I would rather it have been Shaw, but Spot works as well. And we can't use this position just yet because they'll get splashed by the enemy caster. So we'll throw the healer here. And now we've got a sniper approaching from the rear. That's a pain. So if we put Shaw here, the sniper will focus on Shaw instead. And we were able to pull it off just. Then we can put a healer in to help Shaw. And then Spot can heal Jessica. And then these casters can be dealt with from this position here. And we have a logger coming from the top. That is a big problem. I did not see that coming. We'll start on him with Steward. And we have additional heavy casters coming from the right. That is very bad for us. Lancet is the only healer we have at the moment.
倒れろ
Get Plume to chop up just as much of that as she is able. But this is looking like a failure
倒れろ
at the moment. And these enemies have to walk all the way down to get into the blue box, so I don't know what was happening with the enemies before.
動かないで。
I'm not exactly sure what to do about that. We're split up. Our team is so spread out that it's hard to get enough healing to deal with multiple casters on the right or with a logman on the left. The healing defenders would solve that. Perhaps it's just as simple as bring Gummy in place of Steward, perhaps. Let's try that and see if it just fixes it.
ふむ、準備完了。
Add Nashio for damage. Melantha could be a better choice. Shaw's damage is best utilized on the right, but I would need something else to tank the caster shots for her. So the best deployment for Shaw would be something like this, but the casters would come from this side. So I would need the medic defender on the right side of Shaw. There's basically this lane here and this lane here. The logger is a problem. The logger is a big problem. I could move my defenses up to this and try to make it so that both are being covered. That way Silver Ash could benefit both. Or just go defender heavy here, with a defender watching this, and a defender watching this, and then double AoE on top of it with 12F and Lava. There's not really a good Papukar position with that plan. And I don't believe Papukar has any inherent resistance. She does not. So with this in mind, in place of Papukar, let's bring... Shaw doesn't have any resistance either, and there's also not really a spot for Shaw. But Papukar has a lot more health, so let's drop Shaw in favor of Medical Defender Gummy.
ふむ、準備完了。
And Beagle doesn't have any resistance, but Matterhorn should. He has a little bit. Let's drop Beagle for the Plume. Or do we already have Plume? Yeah, we already have Plume in the squad. So let's drop Beagle for the Melantha to try to get some damage out.
はい。ご 指示に従います。
And I'm missing a Silver Ash here, so let's swap for... Poppycar. Just need that over-the-top damage. Someone for the left side that can watch over the defender.
ドクター、グムたちの帰りを待っててね。
The defender will be going here.
進め。
来やがったぜ。
よいしょっと。承知しております。
And then Silver Ash will be going in
突撃。
again here. And there's 3 block between them, but we just need damage from Melantha.
何ちらの愛我が意向にかき消されたり
No Lancet.
ご命令は。
And now the defender is going to go in here, so let's do Gimme for healing defense.
何時は我が恩敵なのかはたまた眼老物に過ぎぬのか
That's likely enough to deal with the right side
ドクター、
for the moment at least. Need to start getting...
ドクター、
何時は我が恩敵なのか
Oh, just barely didn't manage that.
過ぎぬのか
That is very unfortunate. But I need to prioritize getting this arts zone in at the top. And again, this range is so frustrating to deal with. Yikes. Okay, do it like this.
特製料理だよ。
何時は我が恩敵になるかはたまた眼老物に過ぎぬのか
アーツの治療範囲に入れ。
With a... This caster I'll have to deal with later. These other casters would just do way too much damage. As it is.
進め。
So Courier to kill that caster. Ansel to keep up Matterhorn.
持ちこたえてください。
待機中
Treat
です。
Courier. The snipers are a problem.
何やってんだ。
DPS in front of Matterhorn
ここを指示
in
し
the form of Plume to clear this out.
なんでしょうか。
アーツの治療範囲に入れ。
亡霊だってお前を救えないさ。
Maya's range is also terrible. Just E1 units in terrible or general are just the worst. Get healing in for the lumberjack.
信念を貫くためならば鬼人にでもなってやる
Melantha to try to save Gummy from the lumberjack.
おいしいもの食べよう。
何
Ansel for healing on Matterhorn.
受け取ってください。
何時己が存在を見
アーツの治療範囲に
Matterhorn is really going through the ringer at the moment. Let's try to help out with 12F. And that's got it.
アーツの治療範囲に
Okay,
入れ
so we'll retreat 12F and wait for the caster to get stuck up on Matterhorn, and then we'll put in damage to help.
今助けてやる。
おいしいもの食べよう。
進め。
了解しました。
And that'll ride. Damn,
この盾
Matterhorn doesn't take that much damage from these casters.
アーツの治療範囲に入れ。
So about 220 damage from these. That's with 5 resistance.
この勝利をドクター殿に捧げます。ドクター殿の
No good loot drops, but that's fine. And that's where we'll leave the story for today. Let's go see how our recruitments panned out.
ロドスへの加入を受け入れていただき、心より
Good dupe for 12F.
これからは一人の術師としてドクター殿のために。
狙撃担当のレンジャーじゃ
And for Rangers as well. And then let's just see what we can leave this on. No new 3 stars aside from the possibility for a catapult. It looks like. So let's go AoE and hope for a catapult. Leave that overnight. And I would like to get a Kuwara, so let's try for defense. Potentials on 2 stars are very helpful. They give attack speed, damage, DP reduction. Looks like lots of good stuff. Lots of good materials. And now that we're coming to the end of the episode, let's take a look and see what we can do about these Axemen. Now that we have medical defenders, it shouldn't be that difficult. I don't think. Drop Orchid in favor of a lava.
チームワークなんて他の奴らがヘマしなきゃそれでいいんだ。
2 healers along with the medical defenders. And I think we'll be okay. But rather than bring Plume, let's bring even more arts damage in the form of Duran.
元気の秘訣はよく寝ることだよ。
バレないように気配を殺していけ。
みんなよろしくね。
そうだ。ドブでもがいてろ。
めんどくさい。
早くしろ。
And let's get in our spot, start his skills charging.
承知しました。
治療の準備だ。何やってんだ。
And the 2 block on the medical defenders slipped my mind. For whatever reason, I just forgot about it.
緊急治療を。
Needed to get a strong defender in front of Spot. Matterhorn needed to go in there. I'll try not to make that mistake again. We just caught one there.
おー。
Spot goes into his healing mode, and he dies anyway.
ドクター？
That is unfortunate. Oh man,
位置についたよ。
the amount of damage
倒れろ。
these guys do is... it's a lot. I don't even really know how I dealt with them the first time. It's got to be that main defender.
油断の代償がこのざまか。
A healing defender coming in next might be okay. I'm not sure. I know we don't need Papukar. So let's bring another healer
い
and
つでも行けますよ。
and I think that's probably as good as we can do at the moment. This point, I need to start thinking about putting in another defender in order to stop all of these enemies that are coming in here. So the best choice is likely Gummy, and then start healing with Spot and Ansel's skill. And I still need to split the difference on these axe boys. Hopefully all of this is enough. Looks like it is. So now we'll lose some of our damage in order to bring in the split on these guys. So now we can split their damage up. And we immediately lose. Both of them hitting Matterhorn, we cannot survive. We got close, but now we know Spot can't deal with it. If Spot had been at full health, maybe he could have. So let's try pretty much the same thing, but let's move our damage a little sooner, and then try to just stall those guys until we can't stall no more. And bringing Gummy didn't seem to do that much. So perhaps bringing another healer wouldn't be possible. Lancet won't do that much. She would add the slightest amount of healing, so I guess we could try it. It's also a free unit slot, so there's no reason not to bring it. So Lancet 2, I'm counting on you. Matterhorn taking the axe guys is doable if he's not getting double teamed. Spot tanking the axe guys was the problem. Let's see if I can get him at full health now that we have Lancet 2. And hopefully it'll be enough. Now we just need enough damage so that Spot can handle what's happening in front of him. Get Gravel in to make sure Spot's at full health, and Lancet as well. Now the damage just couldn't catch it all. The damage was just overwhelmed by the amount of shields. But if we did make it to this position, we could then remove damage in the form of Durin for the split box here. And we're not getting one-shotted by the X-Men, but we can't heal one X-Man's worth of damage anyway. So the priority on damage is still a necessity. The split box will save us some time, but it won't save us all the time that we'd need. So it's probably better just to bring a burner defender, one that is only there to take 2 hits and then go down, rather than to expect to be able to keep them up for longer. So we can even lose a healer, I think. No, because we need one. The first axe we might be able to kill in time, but the second one we definitely won't. If I just put down Matterhorn for him to take both, and then had Spot healing him through it, could he make it through the whole thing? Let's try it. So no split box, just Spot healing Matterhorn in addition to the 4 medics. Could Matterhorn take both Axemen? Could not heal him through the shields. No way we heal him through the axes. Knowing that. It's beaten me down. I give up. We're not ready for it. Was really hoping the healing defenders would make a big enough difference, but they did not. So we're just going to get some carbon sticks and some levels, and I'll be back to craft up those bricks and upgrade some base rooms. Looks like we hit level 10. Yes, we did. Very cool. Let's go spend this. Oh, I'm sorry, I did stop my macro there. That's embarrassing. And let's get back to the farming. Alright, that is all of the sanity that I'm going to have for this episode, so let's do the necessary account management, get our dailies. And hitting level 10, we now have access to the level 10 enhancement packs. Both the standard and pro, which we'll purchase now. Some nicer rundum. And let's go upgrade our base. Got plenty of carbon sticks. And we rested up Shaw in preparation. So let's bring out Shaw and craft up all of our carbon bricks. Or some of them. No byproduct, unfortunately. Spot has a 50% any material, so we'll be utilizing Spot for this. And now for the concrete. We can make 8 concrete. And we get some carbon bricks to make the 9th. Excellent. And it would be a good idea to be sure and have Shaw again for the next episode, so I will do that now. And fill in all of our best of the best. Looks like we don't have anyone good for this room, so we'll just use some of our healers. With their recovery skills, they're good temporaries. We have Gummy and Malantha for the first trading post. And we have this concrete, so let's put it to use by upgrading our factories. Or did we ever get to... No, we need these 8 facilities, that's right. Now I remember. So let's upgrade our factories.
Upgrading. Infrastructure complete. Upgrading. Infrastructure complete.
And we still have 3 bricks for next time.
Cancelled.
Or not bricks, concrete building materials for next time. But we are out of drones, so that's where we're going to have to stop for now. And I had... There is nobody left in the base. We might have to do some headhunting just to fill in gaps for the base. So, might be doing that in the next episode. I suppose gravel works as a fill here. And get as much as we can out of Fang before she tires out. Alright, I think that will have to do it for this episode. Got some good story progress. Got to level 10. Let's end the episode by leveling up our operators. And that's all operators at level 10.
再起動してください。
Now, let's check trust. We got to 24 on Fang, so Fang will get a skill level here. We're over 22 trust on Beagle, so Beagle will also get a skill level. 23 on Lancet, but Lancet has no skills. 22 on 12F, but the same story. And 21 on Durin, and everyone below that cannot get a skill just yet. Not enough trust. And let's finish up with our missions here. We got upgrade any 1 3-star to level 10, we did that. And the same for the 3 operators. All dailies and weeklies have been picked up. All that remains is this annihilation. We have one more day to do that, so next episode we'll dedicate to the annihilation. See what kind of run we can get, how far we can go. It should be interesting to see. I've not yet attempted annihilation on this account. We'll see how far we can make it. But that's where we're going to leave off for this episode. Thanks for watching.